Hi friends. Some people aren't meant to be caregivers. They just aren't. And yet they somehow manage to end up in this role. And the results are always negative. Today's case involves a caregiver who hurts and threatens a senior and is caught. Listen through to the end to hear how she was nabbed and what the authorities did to her. Let me share the details because elder abuse matters. This case comes from a letter emailed by a senior's daughter. My mom, Clarice, is 94 and physically disabled, but mentally strong. She has lived in an assisted living home for about 9 years and has generally been quite happy there. She always talked highly of the other residents and the care staff until a month ago. Mom called me at work, something that she's never done before, to tearfully tell me that one of the staff was being too rough with her. I was upset to hear this and I asked if there were any bruises or marks on her skin. Mom has poor vision, so she wasn't certain, but she did know the name of the caregiver who was rough. I went to visit directly after work and I could see some light scratches, exactly where Mom said the caregiver had been hard on her. After discussing options, we agreed that I'd come back that evening and I'd install a small camera in the room, which the home allows. I felt terrible knowing that Mom might have to endure additional abuse in order to catch the caregiver, but Mom was willing to do this. Just 3 days later, Mom called to tell me that the same caregiver had been quite rough again. I immediately reviewed the video while still at my work and watched with horror as it showed the caregiver shove Mom back onto her bed. Thankfully, she didn't fall onto the floor and break a hip. Then she yanked Mom's arm really hard as she tried to move Mom to a different position on the bed, and I could see the pain in Mom's face. Next was the hair pulling to try and move Mom's head onto the pillow, and I could tell Mom had cried out for her to stop. Mom claims that at this point, the caregiver threatened to hurt her again if she yelled any more or if she told anyone. I immediately called the home's manager and explained that I had a criminal complaint. The manager arranged to see me right away. I showed her the video footage of the abuse, and she too was horrified and extremely apologetic. She was thankful for the video as it simplified the next steps of dealing with this abuse. She immediately suspended the caregiver, who was about to finish her shift, and then the manager reported the abuse to the local police and the other authorities. I went with Mom to wait for the police. When they arrived, they opened an investigation and took statements from us and a copy of the video. Soon after, we were told that the caregiver had been fired and arrested, charged with the abuse of an elderly person. My hope is that she is found guilty and, once released, she is never allowed to work with vulnerable people again. Please watch over your parents carefully if they are living in a senior's home, and consider placing a camera in their room. Sincerely, Shondell. Well, shoving, yanking arms, pulling hair, and threatening. How scared must Clarice have been of that caregiver? And how brave she was to put up with the more abuse to get it on video. I'm not sure why this caregiver was so terrible to her, but she never should have been working with seniors and treating them this way. She should not have been a caregiver for anyone, period. I was so happy to read that she had been fired and arrested, as these abusive caregivers need to be weeded out of working with our vulnerable seniors. While some care homes allow cameras, not all do. And then what does one do in this situation? I believe that all homes should be mandated by the government to allow them if the family wants to install one. That alone would likely greatly reduce the number of incidents of physical abuse of seniors. What do you think of cameras in the rooms at seniors' homes? Are they invasive to the privacy of the senior or the privacy of the caregiver? Are there better ways to catch a caregiver who is abusive? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And let's hope that, regardless of how, the physical abuse of seniors in care homes gets caught, because elder abuse matters. Friends, our goal here is to share abuse cases so that you'll know that you are not alone in suffering from elder abuse. We hope that it's therapeutic to hear others' stories, and it may also be helpful to anonymously share your own story of abuse on this channel. And if and when you're ready to do so, just check the show notes below to find out how. And finally, please like and share our videos, watch more of them, and then subscribe to grow the channel so that together we can reduce the abuse, because elder abuse matters. Please stay safe, seek help, and know that I am praying for you.